What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Sorry we're a little bit late. We have a story of why. It's not a huge deal, but got a new light for... I gave Olivia my nice, lovely light, and I've been using a kind of a crappy one for the last few... I don't know, year. I guess in about a year, and we decided to go ahead and get a new one. And it took a little bit to get here, and we had to set it up, so we were a couple minutes late. I apologize. It's okay. We will still have a full show. Looking forward to it. Live on everything, I think, Liv, yeah?
So far.
Can you plug in the power? Take this, please. Thank you. All right, folks. Sorry, we're just getting everything set up. Not giving you a lot of love talking to you. Wait a second. Conservative Mama watches my show?
Who's Conservative Mama?
What the fuck? Why didn't I... What? Sorry, I cussed. I was going to try to keep it... Hold on. Wait, whoa. Who's Conservative Mama?
I don't watch any podcasts, so I don't know who
Conservative Mama is freaking awesome. I got to see if she actually liked my show, if she's watching, because I thought that's what I just saw. I could be wrong.
What platform?
Oh. It's not the real Conservative Mama. But that's okay. It's Conservative Mama in Michigan. And that's close enough, damn it. I care about you, Conservative Mama in Michigan. You just shared my post. It's probably somebody we know. You know what? I am just as happy because you shared the show. So I was pretty excited, though. As I saw Conservative Mama, and I'm like, no. She is, she does the funny videos that we've watched before and does some really good stuff.
Did she do the one at Target?
Yes.
With her son or something? Yeah, okay. I remember who she is.
Yeah, she's awesome. All right. But so is Conservative Mama in Michigan, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. We'll be back 3 minutes. See you then. Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you what we're talking about. Ukrainian Truth Part 1, Ukrainian Truth Part 2. It's going to be a big A and B block. First hour, pretty much. Casey Anthony is out. She's a social media influencer. WTF. Bill Clinton and Putin. Say it ain't so. Glenn Beck, another try. I haven't listened to Glenn Beck in almost 5 years. I'm going to give him a try. We're going to listen to something. We'll see if he's the same old Glenn. And then Dems screwed Ukraine. And then the Amazon debacle. Telling you why we're late today. You'll understand all about it. We'll be right back. And cue the pets.
That's the best part of the video.
That's good try. Good try.
Hey, Hogs Twins here. Check out our friend Matthew Spirit at his podcast at The Dumb Show and his website, don'tunfriendme.com. Yeah.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend
See how we
Me
look
show
alike
with
now?
your hosts, Matt,
Our color.
Leroy, Amy,
and
Olivia.
That's because I'm darker than you.
Military analysis
But
and
it
election
looks
coverage.
real.
Coming to you
Like, this
live
is
on
how we
all
look in
major
real life.
social media channels at The Dumb Show.
Because it's high quality lighting. So that's
Honest,
why we do it.
direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. It's good to have everybody here. Phone number is 804-212-2208. I found out that Skype is going out of business. So we got to find a way to get the phone number. I wanted to go to Zoom. I tried to port it over, and they were a pain in the... So I said no. So we got to figure out how we're going to do phone calls from now on. I might just get a second cell phone and do it that way or something. I don't know. 804-212-2208 if you want to call into the show.
Conservative mama in Michigan's is Ashley Gleason.
There we go.
She's just watching on Rumble.
I knew she was better. I knew it. And conservative mama, I would definitely have her on the show. But anyway, okay. So hi, Debbie. Good to have you here. We have got a lot to cover. First, new light. The one that Olivia has is like studio quality. Like, and so is mine now. Where we used to have like 3 or 4 lights each. Now you only need one. It's that good. And it stops like right here. And it doesn't get behind me. So everything's just, it's real color. Everything's natural color. It doesn't add any shadows. It's good stuff. It's industry leading light. This is what Megan Kelly used and everybody else. So I had one for myself, but then Olivia, and of course I'm just that nice. I'm a nice guy. What do you want? I'm a nice guy. So I gave it to a
nice guy.
Switch to a nice guy. So I gave it to Olivia. And I need more help anyway. So of course she right. So and so I finally said okay. And then that way Leroy's coming to town, and I've got a new camera for him, a new lens for him, a new lighting system for him, and I'm going to take care of Leroy. So that's pretty much it. It's good stuff. All right. We'll get right into it. Right after this, we'll kind of get into the overtime first, and then we'll bring that to you, and then we'll get into tell you a little bit about the show and raising, donating, and T-shirts and stuff like that. But first, it's more important to do the overtime. Brian says, "You're so bright, Matt." That's right. Yenny got knocked out. Yes, Yenny is out. Olivia Spear, I love your T-shirt, Ginger says.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice shirt. It's a great shirt. I designed that shirt. Thank you. You're welcome. Just a regular mom.
Try not to raise liberals.
Do not swallow mass media. So you can get those at thedumbshow.com. Okay, sorry. Thanks for the plug, Ginger. Holy crap, there's a lot of people on. All right, so let's get to this because you got some exciting news. Come aboard, we're expecting you and love. Do. Okay, so this is what happened today. Now, I have not censored this. There is some language here, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of myself. I'm really not. I
You're gonna play the video from this afternoon.
I'm a better person than this, and I'm very, very upset at what I did, and I'm just gonna tell you. Okay, so it all started out like this. I was waiting for this light. Now, we were also waiting for a 37-pound bag of dog food. And Amazon was supposed to deliver it. So this Amazon lady pulls up in her truck. And here is the
We
video.
got to tell them the backstory of why we're waiting for
Okay,
the light.
why don't you tell them that, and then I'll fill it in.
So the light is supposed to be here on Saturday. And we order from Amazon a lot. There have never been any directions to choose. Do you want signature on delivery?
Right, ever.
Anything like that.
Like that.
Nothing. So, you done?
No, because you got to keep going, and then I'll go. Go ahead.
Just shh.
Okay. Okay.
You're repeating everything I say.
I didn't repeat. I'm enforcing.
Like a child.
I'm enforcing what you say. Go ahead.
So, now I lost my train of thought. So anyway, we were waiting for the light and the hood on Saturday.
And the hood. So both. Wrap it up, Junior.
You are going to... If you would be quiet, I could wrap it up. You keep interrupting me.
You're right. Good call. Go ahead.
Goodness.
Sorry.
I'm going to do it to you tonight, dear.
Ooh.
Nah.
Hey.
I know where your brain is at. Holy cow.
Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, the hood gets delivered, and the same driver delivers the hood, but doesn't deliver the light, even though he has both of them. And we're like, what the hell?
And we were taking the weekend to set all this up because, we also rearranged our living room and got our living room
because our TV broke.
It looks really good. Yeah, so everything looks really. A TV broke. So guys, we're in it. We're feeling it. Like everything that can go wrong financially is going wrong. But anyway, go ahead.
So we're like, what the heck? So we call Amazon and UPS, and apparently there was a signature that was required on delivery.
Mm-hmm.
We were home. They didn't knock or ring the doorbell.
I was home. They didn't knock. They didn't ring the doorbell.
And so, yeah. So anyway.
So today I'm out there with Ash. I get my nap in because I'm up early and I lift and I run. And then I take a nap because it's good for your body. And then I lift and whatever. So I'm in the back and I'm waiting. And this lady pulls up. And this is what I see from the Amazon driver. This is my front driveway. Yes, it's long and it's prestigious. It's called genetics, folks. Here's the video. Maybe. Now, you see me down here walk in the picture. And I'm in the backyard with a dog. And she is looking. Now, this is right before this, she proceeded to say shit. Like, you can hear her because my security system is the bomb. Like, I can hear everything. And she says shit. Okay, so I'm sitting there and I'm just checking my phone. I'm chilling. I'm watching her to find out what she says. She doesn't pull out a gun or something because I'm paranoid. You know, I'm paranoid. I'm actually watching the video of her, find out what she's doing. I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't think I had.
So I said, hi, good morning. I'm over here to your left. I don't want to scare her, right? And get shot. So, because I'm carrying, you notice where my other hand is. It's on my piece because I'm always nervous. I just am.
You're fine. I don't think I had your other package.
It's not your fault, though. I don't think I have your other package. And I said, oh, it's supposed to be here 4 days ago, which was the dog food. We had to go out and buy another bag of dog food. Now, I look up, and you guys can hear it. What you don't know is that what's flying over our head, Liv, tell them.
It was Air Force, or not Air Force, Marine One.
Marine One.
I didn't see it because I was at work. But.
Actual Marine One was flying overhead. And I'm like, oh my God, hey, look up, wave at the president. So I can tell by the rotor that this is not a Huey. It's not a Blackhawk. It's not a Cobra. It's not usually what we see here. It's not an Osprey. So I can tell by the rotor wash that this thing is a larger, slower turbine, and it's got propulsion on it. And I'm like, this thing sounds, and I look up, and it is Marine One. And I said, hey, that's the President of the United States. Wave. And then I point upwards to show the nice thing, because I'm like, how many people have actually seen Marine One? How many people have actually seen the POTUS flying in Marine One? Not a lot of people, unless you live where we live. So everything was fine, and I don't have this on recording. And the reason why I don't have this on recording is because nothing new happened in the scene. If another person would have walked in, if a box would have been laid down, if she would have driven away, something new, it would have recorded. And I'm like, hey, look at President of the United States. And she says, no, nah. In this, nah, I'm not going to wave to that person. And I really don't care. And I said, oh, okay. So anyway, where's my package? She goes, well, it's not here. And I said, okay, well, it was 4 days late. It's supposed to be here today. So I would like to cancel the item. And I was wondering if you could send that through and let me do a cancellation. And I'll cancel it right here. And she goes, that's not my job. That's not my business. And I said, oh, okay. And she has my other package, which is my new dress shirt for the shoot we're going to do, right? So I say, okay. Well, can I have my package? And she goes, yes, I'm getting it for you. And I'm like, okay. And as the chopper goes by, she looks up and she goes, bullshit, like that to me. And I said, okay, lady, here's the fucking deal. Give me my fucking package and get the off my property. I'm sorry for the language. I was asked to be nice on the language. Get the F off my property. And I said, just because you don't like the President of the United States doesn't mean you need to take it out on me. I said, this is why you liberals lost the election, and this is why you're so unhappy. You can't even look at a beautiful chopper flying across and having a guy who's out walking his dog, being very, very nice to you, just pointing it out to you without you flipping out. I said, you effing liberals are nuts. I said, get off my property. Boop. You don't have to be such a boop about it. So here is my response live from what happened. There's my puppy. Oh, look at Ash. Such a cute dog. Here it is. Listen, there is some cussing in here. I apologize.
Your fucking attitude sucks, by the way. Just because he's the fucking president doesn't mean you need to be a bitch about it. Jesus fucking Christ, you fucking liberals.
Okay. So maybe a little overboard. Maybe a little overboard. But she was so pissed. I don't have the other part where she's like, F this, F slams her door, and she drives off, and she's so pissed she doesn't close her side door, which is full of packages. And when I say full, no wonder why mine's not on there. It's probably in the middle of the road somewhere because the lady forgot to close the door. And here she goes. And Ash, being my good puppy, look at this, watches her the whole way going, you don't talk to my dad that way. And she takes off. Surprising, doesn't lose every package. And gone. And Ash is still there, protecting the property. Just hiding behind the trash can, doing her job. And that is why we were late tonight, because we didn't get the light until like 25 minutes before. What do you think, honey? Was that a fun?
That sounds like a fun day.
It was a fun day.
Yeah, you should tell them what Ash did when you set the smoke detectors off when you were cooking.
So Ash, today I cook homemade sweet potato fries and hamburgers, and I've got an air fryer, and I'm becoming a master. Be careful, Matt. Next time she'll toss your package across the yard. That's cool. Go ahead. I'll just call. Trust me. With what we spend on Amazon, they love us. And you know what? I have gotten the driver's drinks before. I've invited one in when it was raining outside and was super cold. I mean, whatever. I am super nice to these people, and I don't need that. But I flipped the switch, and she was like, oh, you know what? That's the thing with me, is that I'm nice and I'm kind, but when you flip that switch with me, I've got no problem telling you to go F yourself. I just don't have it in me not to say it. Anyway, so we were broiling in the oven, the hamburgers, and it got a little smoke, and I forgot to turn the hood on. So our fire alarm's so sensitive, like literally a rabbit could fart and it would go off. So it went off. And Ash was amazing. She immediately took point on the kids. And I'm like, open up both windows. And Hayden ran away. She was right in step with her, did not get into her feet, stayed right on our left side like we've trained to do during a tense situation. Puppy did awesome. She killed it. She protected the kids, went right to the kids, knew there was a crisis, and literally just stood on post until the alarm went off. It was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. It's great. Great morning. Folks, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. This isn't what we do. We don't just tell you about our Amazon drivers and what we do for the day. By the way, it's great to have 200 and some odd people on right now. Family love. Bobby Richardson, $51.99.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bobby. Speaking of donations, folks, you can go to thedumbshow.com/donate. We had a great February. Thank you, everybody, for making it an awesome one. It was truly a special one. We just realized that it's tax season and we got a shite ton of bills coming up and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we are still trying to ask you for donations, and I don't think that's ever going to stop. We are sitting at $300 is what we asked for per show. Somebody's birthday is tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
Somebody's birthday is Wednesday.
Well, somebody's birthday. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow.
I don't care about your brother. So it's your birthday Wednesday, but it is the not State of the Union, which we're going to talk about. Why isn't it the State of the Union? We're going to talk about that tonight. So that's tomorrow. We'll be covering that from start to finish, and I will show you all of it, and we'll break it down as always. It should be an amazing State of the Union that isn't the State of the Union. And Matt, why isn't it the State of the Union? We'll tell you about that. Don't let me forget, Liv, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Second, you can go to thedumbshow.com/donate. Every bit helps. And some people are like, oh, it's only $5. I don't have that money right now. Great. It's okay. Go watch the show. Enjoy it. It's free of charge. It's only for people. It's why it's called a donation. It's not called a subscription or a membership. It's 100% free. We just appreciate it if you can. If you can't, don't sweat it. We'll get you next time. All right. So last thing. We do a bunch of shirts, some hats, coffee, amazing stuff like coffee. Veteran-made coffee from Wisconsin. And I'm not kidding. It's 5-star. Everybody loves it. I'm telling you. There's a lot of coffee companies out there. This stuff is home brewed, homemade, and it is roasted 72 hours before you get it. Nothing is that fresh. You don't get coffee that fresh. You get this coffee. It's that fresh. And Constitution of the United States, a book we always go over here on the show. Exclusive to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. It's in leather, 144 pages. Also available on the Dumb Show. We are 5-star rated. We have done now over 5,000 transactions on our site. And I think we're up to 300 5-star reviews. So go take a listen, go take a look. Thanks for being patient with us while we
Roxanne, Ash's
Roxanne,
ears.
you don't have to turn out the
I'm just
red
gonna
light.
be quiet this whole show. I'm just gonna
You
listen.
walk the streets for money. I don't even care if it's wrong or if it's right. Roxanne.
Today would be a very good day for a solo show.
Okay, you know what? What?
My goodness, every time I talk,
We're just having a good time. I'm sorry. Did you and the driver go to the same victim class? I was trying to have fun. Sorry. You know what? I apologize. You're absolutely right. Please, Olivia, go right ahead. What did Roxanne say?
She want to know if Ash's ears have stood up yet.
Not
and
yet.
No,
Not yet.
they have not.
Not yet. My penis won't either because Olivia's mad at me now.
And did you complain to Amazon about the driver?
No, I'd never do that.
Okay.
There's no point. I'm not going to make her day worse. I mean, she's having a horrible day. So I'm not in it to hurt people. You know what? I don't know what happened to her. But I was definitely going to let her know that I didn't appreciate what she said. But I'm not going to go and tattletale on somebody. I just, that's a bitch move. It's between her and I. And you know what? What I've learned is that she may come up and apologize the next time I see her. Or she won't. Jessica says, poor Olivia. Yeah, I know. I mean, come on.
Oh, I hold my own.
Thank you. She does. She likes to pretend she's a victim. I'm a princess. No.
Yeah,
no.
I am a princess.
She's not.
I'm a queen.
Okay. Loretta says he's under a light exposure. What happened with the Amazon driver? Nothing. Why? What did you hear? They'll never find her body.
Oh, I guess I need to turn off my phone.
All right, let's get to it. We got a busy show. Liv, when you're done.
Can you yell for Ethan real quick? Hayden needs him, but she is.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to show you some stuff, and you guys aren't going to like it. Now, I want to be... Go get your sister, please. Oh, Ethan, set it 5 feet from her door.
No, we don't
need to bring that to Hayden.
Take that to Hayden, please.
But
she texted me.
Just set it 5 feet in front of the door. Perfect. And say, Dad left it in your restroom. Okay. Okay, so I want to make something perfectly clear. We are not a pro-Russia site. We don't make any money from Russia. We are not the other big podcasts and we're not a big podcast, but we're not we're not like the other ones that were accused of taking money from Russia. In fact, our money is clean, homegrown in the United States, and it's all from you. So if you're a Russian asset, thanks. Das Gavanya.
Da.
Wow.
That's about the only Russian I know.
Why do you keep interrupting me when I'm trying to talk? I mean, maybe it's time for an Olivia only show. Anyway, so
That'd be a really boring show.
No, it wouldn't. That would be a great show. You got to stop putting yourself down. You have a lot of talents.
Yeah, I can't run a show by myself.
You could.
I can't fill the air.
You could. If I die, you're gonna have to. Because
that's when Leroy runs it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, call Damani. Damani will run it. Damani will take it, and then you guys can have Jungle Love.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, though.
What? You never know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably
okay, not. Racist. So now we're not pro-Russia. I spent almost a decade working against Russian intelligence, and I am not a supporter of Russia. But I'm also not a supporter of Ukraine. And the reason why is because I know the history of Ukraine, and I know that they're a fairly corrupt country. But I'm going to show you what they're doing. And I'm telling you, this is disturbing shit. And I have got a lot of videos, and it's going to take a while. But you need to understand what's happening, and the media will not show this to you. They're not going to show this to you. And I thought about doing a article on this because I've been doing some articles on Ukraine over the last few days. But I figured showing you would probably be a better, not shocking, but a more palpable reaction than reading it. And the reason why is because I want you to know how resistant people are in Ukraine to Zelensky and the military and what they're doing to get conscripts to go to the front lines.
What's a conscript?
A merc.
Okay.
A civilian soldier, a signed, a conscription. It's basically people who are on lend through paperwork and legal means, a binding contract. And I got other stuff, but we're doing this right now. We're not doing Norway and the refueling. That's later. But if you have a question, put a Q in front of it. We'll get to it.
Carrie, we'll get to that later. Yeah.
So this is going to be a series of videos, and if you don't appreciate how serious this is, I understand, and it just makes you uncomfortable. This isn't me bashing on Ukraine. There's Vladimir Putin has no reason to be in Ukraine. I don't care what anyone says. Vladimir Putin is the instigator. But Ukraine is not innocent in all of this. And the way that they're handling this, from subverting political parties and silencing political parties to now being a state-run media and taking over the 3 large media groups in Ukraine, to forcing and beating their citizens in order to force them into having bounty hunters and headhunters go into Poland and other countries where refugees are and kidnap them and drive them back. This shit's not a joke. And suspending an election. Whether it's in the Constitution or not, it doesn't mean you have to do it. So this is some serious stuff. So here are some videos, and we're going to watch them. And there's going to be a long A and B block, and I appreciate you taking the time, but you're not going to see this anywhere else, so we're going to do it for you. Here is a video. Questions, of course, are all encompassing. If you got them, put a Q in front of it. Didn't need the music, but it's still worth watching. Here are the recruitment center. They bring people in who are resistant, and they beat them into submission. What, Sherry? I'm sorry. If you think that, I have no idea what to say to you. I'm sorry. So, is this every situation? No. But I will tell you, it repeatedly happens. This guy was arrested and brought in, and he had a lot of negative things to say. This is the amount of videos how military recruitment chase Ukrainians. And I apologize for the funny music, so we'll turn it off. We don't need to get a...
Why would anyone put funny music to a video?
And just letting you know, this is just video. These are Ring doorbell cameras, things like this, where they have these gangs that go around and snatch these people up. This is snatched off the street. These are people who are... I don't understand the music. I don't know why people do this with videos. It really frustrates me. These people are hiding, obviously.
Jeez. Yeah, those libs need to go move over there since they're so pro-Ukraine. My goodness.
Yep. Person on their walk home. So a lot of people are like, well, you don't have context. Well, these aren't the first videos. There's thousands of them. This stuff is all over the place.
You're just snatching people off the streets. Jeez.
Yep, people who are of military age. This guy screams for help, stuffed into a van. Don't need the music. It's already sad enough. This guy's knocked out and dragged away. You know, I was sitting here and I was waiting for the end of this.
And there's not an end.
It just keeps going. I mean, it's just, you know, a lot of people talk shit about our country in America, but you wouldn't see this here. Or at least not since Vietnam. This guy was hogtied. And dragged away to serve. Jeez. This guy was moving through the city, walked through the city, and they jumped him and put him in. This guy tried to run. You know, it's just this is
really
an everyday.
sad.
I mean, there's thousands. They broke his car window, went in, and it's not just the military, it's the police as well. Guys get pulled out in a park. Some fight back. Some are dragged out in villages. It's insane. And as I was watching these, it's hours upon hours upon hours of video.
Sad.
Shootings. Some people fight back with guns.
Jeez.
But this is going on and on and on and on and on. And like I can scroll all day long. There's thousands of these. And are some propaganda? Maybe. That's possible. Some are propaganda, of course. But Zelensky was called out on this. And they said, you're having problems. Oh, thank you, Amy. Appreciate you very, very much.
Very much.
It's very nice of you, Amy. There are plenty of people who, listen to the audio and question of J.D. Vance, but do you think that J.D. Vance hasn't seen these videos? Do you think that the president hasn't seen these videos? And
pretty darn sure they
have. Of course they want peace. So all of this is because Donald Trump wants peace, and so does J.D. Vance. What are your thoughts, hon?
It's really, really, really sad. And the fact it makes me very happy to live in the United States. But the fact that that is happening and the fact that people support that country just blows my mind. But of course, they also support Gaza and terrorists. And it just people need to do their own research and stop being spoon-fed by the leftist media and think that that is the truth. They need to actually go out. Don't go to Fox. Don't go to CNN. Just look and research for yourself and realize what Gaza stands for and who lives there and what they're doing and what Ukraine is doing. And it's just
what Russia's doing. It's not like Russia's innocent in this. I mean,
no.
I mean, Russia's killing civilians.
Russia always kills civilians. That's nothing new.
Russia has always been an aggressor, but it doesn't mean that everything that Zelensky does is acceptable based upon somebody else's actions. This guy is very, very distraught over Zelensky. It's spring forward.
When?
Next week, I think.
Really?
That's what it just said.
Yeah, it's always after my birthday weekend.
Yeah. Did you want your second, or did you want to do that in a second?
What?
Never mind.
Sorry. I'm
really?
confused. Yeah, I'm confused.
Well, I can't say anything because I'm a horrible husband if I say anything, so I won't say anything. He's distraught over Zelensky being kicked out of the White House. Here is a video of this guy and what he has to say. Let's take a listen.
God damn, man. I can't. Sorry, y'all. I can't believe what I just. I don't give a fuck what he wears. This man has been respectful to every leader in the world. Everybody. And you clowns want to fucking do that shit to him when he comes over here. And then talk to him like shit and kick him out of the White House. You fucking disgraceful son of a bitches. Man, I just want to be next to Zelensky right now.
Naked in his embrace.
Boy.
I wish I could talk to him.
Baby oil. Lots of baby oil.
Forgive us. God damn, man. I can't. Sorry, y'all. I can't believe what I just witnessed in our White House.
I'm going to assume that he has a Ukrainian flag hanging in front of his house, as well as a Palestinian flag hanging in front of his house. That's what I'm going to assume.
He's making the world a safer place by doing so, though. So that's the most important thing. I don't know when this happened, but when is it that we became the party of peace and anti-war, and the Democrats became the never-ending war party? When did this happen?
I don't know.
I mean, why are they so upset? I mean, Donald Trump's words, forget all the other stuff. I want peace. It's time to end this. What is wrong with that? And what is wrong with doing whatever it takes to make that happen? You know, people get so upset that Donald Trump doesn't bash Putin. He doesn't bash Putin for a reason, because Putin doesn't screw with him. But if you want to take a look at Syria, he's the one that gave Ukraine their weapon systems. Obama would not give them weapon systems. Obama gave them medical care and linens and things like that, but he wouldn't give them weapons. Trump armed them. Look at Nord Stream. Look at him making Europe back off of purchasing natural gas and oil from Putin. Look at the sanctions that he put against him. He's been absolutely a bulwark versus Putin, but he just doesn't needlessly talk shit in order to infuriate somebody who's crazy. He does the same thing with Kim Jong-un. He does the same thing with President Xi. Why instigate retaliation until it's needed? Why can't we do diplomacy?
Well, since when has politics been all about kissing ass? I mean, is that what they? I guess it is what they expect, because that's what Obama did, and that's what Biden did as well. And they just expect our president to just go to countries and have other leaders come here and for him to kiss their ass and walk all over him. And that's not what the USA is. And I'm not talking about our president walking all over people, but he's not going to let them come in and try and throw their weight around. And that's what Zelensky was trying to do.
And I want to be clear. The video I barely commented on. Whether this video is real or not, this is what's going on along the internet everywhere. People actually believe that what Donald Trump and J.D. Vance was set up Zelensky so he would somehow, it makes no sense, so he would tank his own deal. Donald Trump wants the mineral deal, is not going to put security in place right now because there's still an open conflict, needs a treaty, needs some sort of armistice in order to put security forces in place, which are not going to be U.S., but whether it's England or France or Polish or whatever it would be. And there are people who are absolutely melting down. And whether he is or not, I don't have time to research every video to find out if someone's being real or not, because I know that if I grab a 99 out of 100, they're going to be accurate. This stuff right here is also fake. No, it's fake.
Is it? Thank God.
But the point is that this is where AI can be used as propaganda, and you don't know what's real and what is fake. Because to me, people go, this is horrible. You know what? Well, we didn't care about it when it was on the Congress floor. We didn't care about this when it was Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris having this draped over them. Nobody seemed to care when we did this, when we flew their flag from our nation's capital. So who cares? What's the difference between this and that? It doesn't matter that this is AI. Why not? Who cares? If you don't give a shit that it's flying in our capital, if you don't care that people are literally funding this war because this is a lot bigger than just fighting and battling Russia. Why do we care about Ukraine, but we don't care about the Congo?
Exactly.
Why don't we care about Venezuela? Why didn't we care about Egypt and Bali during their revolutions? So it's really easy for us to sit here and say, this is all about freedom and democracy. There is nothing democratic about blocking an election. There's nothing democratic about forcing conscriptions to fight a war. There is nothing democratic about having state-run media. There is nothing democratic about having your government run by oligarchs. There's nothing democratic about money laundering and sex trafficking. I'm sorry. The worst parts of Russia are the worst parts of Ukraine. They are both the same. And if anyone thinks that Zelensky is somehow a good person, we've got a couple blocks for you coming up where we're going to show you what they thought of Russia, what Barack Obama thought of Russia when he made fun of Mitt Romney in the debates, a prominent liberal president saying that he could trust Putin, and a few other things right after we get out of A block and go into B block.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled our funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most of you spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time. And we hope you do too. But listen, we don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or Mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation, we appreciate you more than words can say.
Do I think that AI generated memes should have to be labeled as AI generated? I don't know. I put humor on mine when they're not real. So I don't know what other people do, but I always try to let people know. Of course, like I've got one with Pete Hegseth on the face of Jack Nicholson, and Rachel Levine is Tom Cruise, transgender. And that one, there's people on there, this is AI, this is fake. I'm like, what gave it away? Was it Jack Nicholson's voice or Tom Cruise's voice coming out of a man who's pretending to be a woman who's a man? So I think a lot of it is just, we should know better. And some of it is just, it is what it is. But I always try to put humor on it or tell people that it's not real. Okay?
There's a question on this subject. Melanie wants to know, Starmer, I don't know who that is.
England PM.
Is talking about putting boots on the ground.
We're going to talk about it in a few minutes.
Okay, then there we go. We'll answer that later.
Yeah, since Olivia's not going to address it, I'm going to address it.
Well, she messaged me.
I don't care.
Okay.
You know what? Here's the thing, and I'm going to be crystal fucking clear. Your opinion on how I interact with my wife is never needed. Never. You have no idea the relationship my wife and I have. And I don't know how to tell you more times than we've already told you. We've been together for 27 years. And most of the time when we do this little tit for tat, it's for show. She's not mad at me. I'm not even close to remotely mad at her. And we're just fucking around. What gets me mad is when you open up your mouth and then I expect my wife to defend me and doesn't, and it creates tension between us. And then I have to tell my wife at the end of the show, don't joke around with me anymore, because people don't know how to take it. And just because my wife doesn't go, oh, screw you, Matt, or she does something different. She plays the victim. And then I play the angry, overpowered husband, and this goes back in our pot pie video. It goes back in everything, and then we make a sexual joke and we laugh. But I'm pretty sure after 27 years that I know how to interact with my wife in a way that's healthy, with a beautiful family, a beautiful co-host, a beautiful wife, a beautiful mother, one of my dearest, dearest, dearest friends ever, and my most important friend I've ever had. I don't need your feedback on how to treat my wife. And when you say it, it means that you don't know anything about me or the show. And that means that you should either A, watch less, or watch more. And if you watch more, you'll figure it out pretty quick. And whenever somebody says, I wasn't going to say anything, but I decided to say something, you probably shouldn't. You probably should have stuck to your initial reaction and not said anything. Because you turn something that is playful and fun, that pretty much everyone gets out of the 500 some odd. I mean, we got 252 people on right now, and we've got another 125, 150 on the network who nobody else said a gosh darn thing. And even if they did feel that way, most people can read between the lines. My wife and I have a very interesting relationship that is based upon amazing sex, amazing love, and we've learned to play tit for tat and pick at each other in a way that makes it unique and fun, but always is in jest. And if it's not, you'll be the first to know, because what I'll do is be quiet and she'll say, I've had enough. And then I'll be like, well, I don't know, what did I, and she'll be like, Matt, enough. And I'll be like, okay. So when that happens, you might comment. But what's funny is you don't see the nails and the daggers and the stilettos behind the scenes. She's Mexican. And
I hide knives.
She collects switchblades. Okay? So when you want to start playing victimhood for this little one, she may look like a princess, but princess has a bite. Okay? So there you go. I'm going to be done now. I've said my piece. And I'll stop. Okay? Go ahead, Livy.
Okay. I agree with everything you just said, except for one. We've been together for 26 years.
Yeah, but you've been thinking about me for 27.
No,
so I fill the gap.
Well, you fell in love with me before you even met me, so, you know.
I wanted to have sex with you. That's not love. That's not love.
But you knew about me before I knew about you.
Yeah, but I want to have sex with you. I saw your picture and I said, I want to have sex with her. And he goes, she's engaged. And I said, that doesn't matter. That's what I said. Yeah.
Alexander's like, I've got a Mexican background for real. It's nice to have you back, Alexander.
I know.
I haven't seen you in so long.
It is.
I know he was back Friday, I think.
No, nobody set the topic up. I'm not set off. I'm fine. Look at me. I'm good. But I'm not going to let it not, I'm not, especially with someone I care about, right? Because I care about this person. I care about everybody on the show. I really do. And I don't understand how you could misjudge me so bad.
Stamcombe says it perfectly. It's foreplay.
It's just how we communicate. It's the way we've always communicated. And the reason why is because, yes, I am ostentatious and way too direct. And Olivia has learned with a defense mechanism how to handle it where she knows how to disarm me.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a time, sarcasm is a huge part of our lives. And there was a time when sarcasm wasn't a huge part of our lives. And we nitpicked at each other. And it wasn't very nice to each other. So now. Yes, we.
Okay.
Way back when. Now, we've grown and a lot. And we have a very mutual respect for each other and love for each other. And I would never want to spend my life with anyone else.
You come on with her on the show. See, let me see how it works out.
There you go. You try spending a weekend with me.
I mean, it's just like when Leroy comes out, because there are times like before the show that he'll see us interact and he's just like, "Can you guys stop?" But when people come and stay with us for a day or two, they figure it out real quick. Olivia has a temper, and Olivia has moods. And Olivia can say F you without you knowing what she's saying, but I know what she's saying. And in this case, there was nothing like that remotely happened. Olivia and I were just messing around. And I most assuredly was repeating what she said. Because that's how I flirt with her. So if you can't figure it out, I'm sorry. But we've spent a lot of time on this, and I really don't want to do it anymore. So please just refrain. We're human beings. We're people. We have emotions. We have feelings. We do. We actually do. And what
Kevin's like, in other words, Matt has a healthy fear of Olivia.
That's true. There's no doubt about it.
Any good husband should have a healthy fear of their wife.
You should have heard me earlier when we were putting up the light, and all of a sudden my phone, I had 170 notifications. And I'm like, what the is going on? And she goes, Kevin's liking everything on Twitter. I said, tell Kevin to stop liking on Twitter because it's literally my hip is going to fall out of socket. Listen, you guys were human beings. And Sherry, I'm not mad at you. If you know who I am, then why even remotely assign that to me? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I guess I disappoint myself. Moving on. Barack Obama going into the B block. Barack Obama back. And thank you, James Clapp. I love both of your shirts. Thanks, James. Now that's a new donation.
I don't know.
That's a new donation.
Must be.
All right.
You can always go to thedumbshow.com and pick up your very own shirt.
You can.
We even had just a regular dad shirt. So
we do. We have the regular dad. It's not just mom. We have,
we have
just a regular dad trying not to raise liberals. We got them both. We even have a Gigé. Just a regular Gigé. looking to raise liberals. Okay.
Looking to raise liberals. It's funny.
Yeah. And, okay, I got to say one more thing. If you truly believe that women are equal to men, then let her deal with it herself. She doesn't need you to protect her. Olivia is a strong, stubborn beaner.
Oh, trust me, you'll know when I'm mad at him. Because that means I'm just silent and I stare and I just don't talk.
And those are the days that I'm most happy. She's just...
That I don't talk to you? Yeah. That's what the gag's for, right?
Whoa. Dun. Obama had this to say to Mitt Romney. I want you to remember this because this is just gold.
Listen. Romney, I'm glad that you recognize that al-Qaeda is a threat because a few months ago when you were asked what's the biggest geopolitical threat facing America, you said Russia. Not al-Qaeda, you said Russia. In the 1980s are now calling to ask for their foreign policy back because the Cold War's been over for 20 years. Governor Romney, I'm glad that you recognize that al-Qaeda...
Someone said, did I just call Olivia a beaner? Yes. Yes, she's a beaner. Wetback isn't close because she's not Chicano. She's just kind of like...
You call me Spick, too. Doesn't matter.
Why would I say... That's horrible. Why would you say that? That's
somebody said... I'm just trying to go along with it. Oh, my goodness.
What?
That somebody said something about me being a beaner. Did I just call Olivia a beaner?
Oh, yeah.
I said, no, you can call me a Spick, too. That's cool.
Well, no, I know. And I was, but there I am trying to make you, it's just a joke, right? I'm trying to make her feel better. Okay. Now I feel like I got to explain everything. The show's much better when you just don't say anything and you let me go ahead and let Olivia and I be Olivia.
You know what's funny is I don't even look Hispanic. My grandmother was from Chihuahua, Mexico, but I have never actually once, unlike Elizabeth Warren and frickin' our ex-vice president, Miss Harris, I have never once put I'm Hispanic on any type of application to get ahead. Never. I'm always Caucasian. I've never put Hispanic on anything. So.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm going back to usual. Yes. Yeah, whatever you said. So Hillary Clinton, remember this, the Great Reset button?
I don't remember this, but
nobody's ever found Hillary Clinton's button, so she had to actually go get a Staples button. Here
I wanted to present you with a little gift, which represents what President Obama and Vice President Biden and I have been saying, and that is, we want to reset our relationship. And
let's do it together.
So we will do it together, okay?
Thank you very much.
It's the first time anyone's ever found Hillary's button.
Who? Don't hate me, but who is the dude on the left?
It's probably an ambassador of some sort.
Okay.
I don't remember.
To Russia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's got to be an ambassador or secretary of state for Russia.
You're very welcome.
Got it.
We worked hard to get the right Russian word. Do you think we got it?
You get it wrong.
I got it wrong.
It should be перезагрузка. And this says перегрузка, which means overcharge.
Overcharge.
Well, we won't let you do that to us. I promise.
Okay.
Uranium One. I mean, they all seem to be really interested in being all cozy and lovey with Russia. I mean, the reset that took place, Uranium One. I don't know if you guys remember what happened with Uranium One. A lot of people. I mean, I have to keep telling people because I mean, Hillary Clinton. My God. I mean, there was so much shit that took place from this lady, and all the things that she did wrong as Secretary of State. She was horrible. Completely destroyed Libya. Put Iran back up on the stage. Here's Uranium One. Total donations from Uranium One shareholders to the Clinton Foundation exceeded $145 million. And as Russians gradually assumed control of Uranium One, a flow of cash made its way to the Clinton Foundation. Uranium One chairman used his family foundation to make 4 donations totaling $2.35 million. Those contributions were not publicly disclosed by the Clintons.
What was Uranium One?
Selling a bunch of uranium to Russia.
Got it. Okay.
You know, just standard stuff that, you know, is acceptable in politics. Just good politics.
Oh, yeah. So they made money personally off of selling.
Oh, it's better than, you know, making off of people's lives in Haiti where they were supposed to fundraise to help Haitians and didn't do any of those things. But, you know, it's just, just good business. But would you be surprised,
Mr. Putin,
to hear Bill Clinton say some things nice about Vladimir Putin and say, you know, I like to touch his willy. I like to dip it in vodka and some creme brulee to get Monty to come over and dip a cigar and sit down with Mr. Putin and have a good time. I swear I do.
Was Putin wearing a black wig and a blue dress?
It just may have been. I can't remember. I was so bombed out of my fucking mind. I was doing coke off of Monty's breasts. It was amazing. And those are some big tatas.
Titas.
Tatas. We say tatas in Arkansas. I don't know where you're from, little lady. Where are you from? Looks like you could use some of Monty's tatas. Would you like
That's funny.
Would you like to play my saxophone? All right, here we go. Bill Clinton sucking up to Putin. I mean, sounds like he's a Russian operative. Must be in the KGB. Let's find out.
He's very smart.
Well, you know him better than most people.
Yeah, I do.
What was he like behind closed doors, away from, the sort of the public utterances?
Smart and remarkably, we had a really good, blunt relationship.
How blunt?
Brutally blunt.
Ever fisticuffs?
No, but I think, I think the right...
he never used his fist, to be honest.
Strategy most of the time but it's frustrating to people in your line of work. You should be brutally honest with people in private. And then if you want them to help you, try to avoid embarrassing them in public.
Right.
Now,
damn it. That's my problem. I'm brutally honest with Olivia in public, and I embarrass her in public too. I've got it completely, not even backwards. I just forgot the other part.
The private area.
That's right. That's right.
Sometimes they do things which make it impossible for you to keep quiet. But by and large, I found all the people I dealt with appreciated it if I told them the truth. How I honestly felt and what our interests were and what our objectives were. And they also appreciated it when I didn't kick them around in public for as long as I couldn't kick them around. So, that's my experience. And
did Putin ever renege on a personal agreement he made to you?
He did not.
So behind closed doors, he could be trusted?
He kept his word. Mr. Putin is...
Wow. That commie traitor trash, he's a Russian asset. It sounds like the Clintons were all about Russia.
Yeah.
Wanted to rebuild and reset a relationship with Russia. Wanted to go ahead and move their energy policies forward in Europe. Wanted to remove any dissension from the past. JD donated, missed Friday, so grateful for today. Thanks, JD. Appreciate you. It's kind of interesting, right? I mean, it's kind of, have the Democrats all just literally, like Trump has ruined them, hasn't he? They have flipped on everything. Everything they used to stand for. That's what I'm trying to say. How are they going to run in 2020? What are they going to run on? Because everything they pretend to have cared about, Donald Trump's all over. Donald Trump's the one's working with Russia now. He's the one that's securing borders. 12 years ago, you couldn't have the Democrats talk anything about the LGBTQ community. They believed in marriage. Marriage was between a man and a woman. They didn't believe in any of this Jaeger and 64 genders crap. They didn't give a crap about transsexuals or transgender. They didn't care.
I'm wondering when that all changed. Why that all changed?
Well, it's simple. Everything changed because when you have a Democratic progressive like Obama who wants to move into a populist and globalist society. Hey, it's okay, baby. Bad dreams over. I have to take care. I have to take care of my dog.
She's having dreams.
I'll be right back.
Oh, she's having a nightmare.
She's
whining.
Okay.
She probably farted and smelled it.
No, she had gas last night. Leave her alone.
Oh my! No, not just last
here's
night.
that embarrassing conversation, but you're not any better.
Oh, man, that wasn't just last night. It was the other night too. Holy cow! Puppy farts. Whew.
Democrats, I believe, in 2016 overreacted to Donald Trump's platform so poorly, and they were so afraid of having a Reagan conservative come back into the political fray that they wanted to destroy him based upon Reagan and Bush and everything else. But he was so different. The playbook didn't work anymore. The strategies that had worked before have discredited him with sexual encounters. Well, everyone knew Donald Trump was a philanderer. Everyone knew about his business practices. Everyone knew he was a billionaire. And what they also thought they knew was that he was a Democrat. And it was kind of hard for people in 2016 because the initial reaction they got from Trump was that he's one of us. And they pushed him. They wanted him to run. Colbert offered to make a donation to his campaign just to have him run against Republicans and hurt them. So it's not like this is something completely unpredictable, because we saw this happen. The further left that the Democrats went, the more center Trump went, and it pushed them so far that they only have socialist policies to stand on. They only have progressivism, and they're in a real pickle right now because what does the Democrat Party stand for? Nobody can tell me. We stand for equality. Not really. How? By letting black people die in droves? By promising college kids that they're going to get everything they desire with free college and not do it? When you promise to help the impoverished? When you promise free internet through an infrastructure plan and you don't do it, you don't even lay 1 mile of cable? How about all those Tesla charging stations? You guys did 9 of them. How many millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars was that? How about choosing salmon versus a freeway in Oregon? So when we sit here and pretend that this is Trump's economy right now, or the egg issue is his fault, or the gas prices are his fault. It's going to be his fault if he doesn't fix it. But it isn't his fault right now, because this is what I was going to explain to you. Liv, why do they not call it the State of the Union when tomorrow is most assuredly State of the Union time?
Hayden was actually able to answer this at dinner, which was really cool. It's not his, he hasn't been in office for very long. So he's not reporting on what he's done over the past year, because Hayden said it a lot more eloquently than I just did.
No. There's not really anything eloquent to make this, if it is or isn't. It's not his ownership. He doesn't own the last years of results. He doesn't even own more than he just hit his month mark. I think they're still not at 45 days.
No, they're not.
So he can't do a State of the Union because it's not his responsibility. So in a first term, they give 3 State of the Unions and 1 address. And he is going to address the Senate and Congress. You will not hear it be called a State of the Union, because it is a State of the Union. It's exactly what it is. In fact, there's even going to be a Democrat rebuttal tomorrow. But it's not called that for that reason. So his first official State of the Union will be March ? First Monday in March of next year, in the 2026. And his final one will be in March of 2027.
No, 2028.
No, 28. And then 2029 will be given by, hopefully, another Republican like Glenn Youngkin. So it's not his results. I want to follow up with one more thing on Zelensky.
Damka wants to know how many Democrats do you think would boycott it tomorrow?
Right now, I think there's 12 that are saying they're flirting with the idea of not going. I don't think that Nancy is going to allow that to happen. Hakeem Jeffries doesn't have any power, but I think they're going to have to. There's nothing worse than not having people show up so they can, sit on their hands when Donald Trump says what he says. But they're so sick and so deranged by hating him so much, they would rather not participate and do their job. And honestly, I mean, when can we start holding these people accountable? As a constituent, don't you want them there?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want our representatives? Do you want Timo Kano to be there? I do. I'll address that, Matt. It's coming up. First, Vladimir Zelensky says the following. He's now willing to sign the minerals deal. Go figure. But Trump is kind of saying no. Because now you've got a whole bunch of stuff going. You got Europe involved. We're going to break it all down for you. But listen to this.
Any communication with the administration since the Oval Office meeting? Have they reached out to you? And separately, you talked about resignation a few days ago. How are you thinking about elections?
Yeah. Комунікації є.
There is communication.
Не на моєму.
Not on my level.
Да.
Yes.
А що стосується
As regards
піти з посади,
resignation, my resignation.
Якщо мене міняти,
if
так я можу сказати.
If I am to be changed, and I'll hear how can I put it?
Зараз відбувається з підтримкою.
With what's happening with the support to change me, it will not be easy because it is not enough to simply hold elections. You would need to prevent me from participating in the elections, and it will be a bit more difficult. So. They'll have to negotiate with me. And I said that I'm exchanging it for NATO membership. And then it means that I fulfilled my mission. There is NATO. It means I've fulfilled my mission. Although, honestly, looks like the people, and I'll not be calling their posts, naming their posts, but the citizens of other countries are telling Ukrainians which president they should have, especially if these people occupy official posts. It seems to me a bit undemocratic and unconstructive. We are speaking about the values, and it definitely looks not very democratic. Although I'm openly saying maybe it is a solution for Putin, for everybody. If I'm not that flexible as they say, I'm exchanging it for NATO.
Well,
can I just ask? You alluded to citizens of other nations.
Go ahead.
I mean,
my first thought is he speaks great English. Why isn't he talking in English?
Oh, because he's an asshole. That's why.
I was going to say, you were speaking English in the White House the other day. Why can't you speak English to somebody else who speaks English?
Because he's a putz. By the way, Bloomberg is now reporting that Trump just cut off funding to Ukraine. All of it. This essentially is the end of Ukraine as we know it. And this is most assuredly the end of NATO as we know it. This graph shows you the ridiculous amount on the top is the United States. They are NATO. And without the $85 billion given and 3.8% of the GDP of the United States, 70% of NATO. 70%. This big Pac-Man right here going wonka, 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 wonka is gobbling up all of this budget. It's now been officially frozen. Trump ain't fucking around. He's done. And you know what? Good.
Good. Needs to happen.
I'm absolutely fine with it. Because either you're going to have Europe stand up and take care of this, or they're going to fail. Because even if Europe doesn't stand up, they're still going to fail. There is no way they win this. There is no tenable situation. Essentially, that's it.
That scared me.
Sorry. Because if every other country, like he was all excited that he got $3 billion from England, great. Now, if you go ahead and have 30 other countries do that, you will eclipse 1 year of what the United States puts in. There's just no way. So if we take a look at this quick report from Bloomberg, which I'm not a big fan of Bloomberg, but we're going to show it anyway. Trump pauses military aid to Ukraine. Trump ordered a pause to all military aid, turning up the heat on Zelensky just days after the Oval Office blow-up. They're pausing all aid. They need to have a good faith commitment to peace. And if they don't, he will not turn the spigot back on. What do you think?
Great. I am extremely happy. Now we just need to do it to every other country that we're giving billions of dollars for no effing reason.
What about Israel? You want to stop giving the Jews money?
No, because they need it right now. They need help defending.
Ukraine doesn't need it?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Well, do they need it or... Okay, so can we have this talk?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know so much more about this than I do, so mine is probably a very immature opinion.
No, it's not immature, but let's get to it because I think, honestly, your opinion is going to be more closely tied to everyone else's.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because it's fairly benign. It's a very simplistic way to look. Jews are good. Ukrainians, I don't know, and I don't care. That's kind of the opinion. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what makes Jews good?
To be honest, I don't think they're any different than anyone else, but it's the fact that the entire world hates them and they need at least one ally.
That's a very interesting point. Why does the rest of the world hate the Jews?
I have no idea.
Sure
why.
You do. What are the two things that Jews are known for besides being Jewy? Now, careful, I'm not an anti-Semite. Now, all that bullshit. Oh my God, he hates Jews. I got more Jewish blood in me than you do. Trust me when I say it. Okay?
The Holocaust is one.
Yeah, but
for starters.
Okay, they're known for the Holocaust. But why were they killed in the Holocaust?
Because Hitler didn't like them.
Why didn't Hitler like them? Why did Hitler say he didn't like them?
Didn't he say that they were evil or something, or they were?
Go ahead.
Yeah, something along the lines of they were evil. They basically ran all the money in Germany, and
They
he
did.
didn't like
they
that.
ran the military. They ran the money. They ran the government. That's correct. And he blamed the Jews for the impotence after World War I in the Versailles Treaty. Blamed it on the Jews of why they lost World War I. Make sense?
Got it. Yes.
But Hitler liked to believe that his was also religious, and from a purity standpoint, that
killed Jesus.
Yeah, but not so much as saying that, but they were an unclean and dirty and subhuman race compared. But yes, that's one thing. Okay, so that's from a history standpoint. But what about from a theological standpoint? What do you know Jews for?
They're supposed to be the chosen people, right?
That's right. Stop reading the comments.
I'm not. I'm looking at you on the screen.
See, this is where. Good job, Liv. That was awesome.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to be rude to you because that would mean I'm a bad husband.
No, all I saw was Amy. Good point. That was the last comment I saw.
I'm just breaking balls. Let's not get overly sensitive here. Chosen people, right? They betrayed Christ. It's been written.
Mm-hmm.
Are they in contention with other major religion?
Muslim, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And they're surrounded by 96% of their entire geographical structure is surrounded by Muslims.
Yep.
Who hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you don't have any Jews to kill, Muslims kill each other. That's the truth. And once we started arming them, if you take a look at the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Jews relatively stayed safe in a Muslim world. When Gulf War kicked off, Saddam changed all that and started launching Scuds into Jerusalem and into Israel, into Kuwait, et cetera, and attacking smaller countries. And this didn't play well with the United States, who sucked them into this war. But really, the relationship with the Jews, just to let you know, is that they are the key to Western civilization in the Middle East. They are the closest reflecting American values. Christians are inside. Now people are like, oh, well, the Talmud, they spit on, and the Hasidic Jews spit on Christians. Yeah, well, people do that too in the deep parts of the South and other areas. So stop. There are bad Jews, folks. There are bad Christians. There's bad Protestants. There's all bad Mormons. They're all horrible people. We're kidding. Don't take it. Matt, if I didn't know any better, I would think you hate Mormons. But I've watched you for a while, and I know that's not true, but I'm going to say it anyway. I probably shouldn't have said something. I don't let shit go, Sherry. I love you, though. But you'll be off my list in probably 5-6 years. So when you have Western civilization in the Middle East that repudiates and finds Western civilization to be repugnant and to be the infidel, you want to latch on to the country. We tried it with Saudi Arabia. It didn't work very well. We tried it with Kuwait. We tried to do it with Iraq and reinstall a government. That didn't work. The Jews have been our only option and our only choice. Egypt had civil war. So we tried to go in. We spent 21 years in Afghanistan. It just really hasn't worked out. And the Jews have been our best choice. So yes, we've given them $300-some-odd billion in aid. And we supply them with weaponry. All of these things are true. Now, you may ask yourself a question, do we need to? Do we not need to? The question is the answer. The question is the answer. And the question and the answer comes down to Donald Trump with the Abraham Accords. Is it possible for Jews and Muslims to live together? The answer is yes. Is it possible for terrorists and Muslims and Jews to live together? The answer is no. So having the Jews in a militaristic state is going to go ahead and create peace through strength in the Middle East. Because once again, when the Muslims don't have Jews to kill, they kill each other. But the truth is, a lot of Muslim countries don't want to kill Jews. This is why UAE and Qatar and other countries have signed with the Abraham Accords, and Saudi Arabia was going to, and this is why Iran sent proxies into, in particular with Hamas, to attack the Jews, to break up the treaty. And if you can't see that, then you just haven't paid attention to 3,000 years of history in the Middle East. Every time there is progress to be made towards Western civilization and peace in the Middle East, the freaking terrorists and the extremists and the Muslim extremists rain havoc. This is the same thing that's taking place. So why do we go ahead and fundamentally, financially, and physically support Israel? A lot of people, because the Rothschilds own the United States, man. They run the porn, and oh my god, the USS Liberty. No, you idiot. They have a proclivity, which you would never use. They kind of like doing good as lawyers, man. They
kind of like doing good as lawyers.
They have a proclivity to get involved with being lawyers and agents and, yes, the Hollywood industry. And they make a lot of money doing it. And they always have. Jews are good at making money. Just like Asians are good at math, but can't fucking drive. And Mexicans are good at jumping white people by the number
blocking traffic.
And blocking traffic. And jumping over walls.
And making bean burritos.
So when it comes to the Jews, this is why. So when Nick Fuente goes, well, why do you support the Jews? I'm going to tell you, because the Talmud says, blah, blah, blah.
He sure sounded like Cartman right there.
I say, Matt, I got a deal to. I know one little kitty who's going home with mommy tonight. I'm not fat and big bird. So when they do this and they flip out and Stu Peters, Rothschilds, the Jews, it's all the Jews, you see. Why did the Harlem Globetrotters? Well, the Jews bought them. That's why the Jews did it. Who killed Kennedy? The Jews. The Jews killed him. The Jews do everything. It's bad. Who released COVID? The Jews. Of course the Jews did it. But really what it comes down to is that the Jews are hated. And when this whole conflict started, I told you, you're going to watch two things. One, the Jews were going to destroy Hamas and flatten Gaza into a parking lot of nothing, which they did.
Yep.
Man, woman, and child, doesn't matter. And the second thing is you were going to find out what the world thought of the Jewish people, and you now have seen it. The United States strategically stands with Israel to keep peace in the Middle East. And this is why Israel doesn't get involved. Everyone's like, well, see, the Jews didn't help us in Iraq, and they didn't help us in OIF. And why? So you could draw a target on their back? So they could literally have ritualistic bombings from every proxy group in the country? Israel, their intel apparatus provides us amazing information. Oh, yeah, but that intel apparatus failed in 9/11, and the dancing Jews on the van, they did it. They did 9/11. Every time you have one of those people who do this, just ask them this question. Do you like Jews? Do you hate them? Here's their answer. Just because I question the Jews doesn't mean I'm an anti-Semite. There it is. You're it. Thanks, buddy. Get the fucking armband out there. Get the brown suit. You're ready for 1940. Because instead they would say this. You know what? I don't think I do like the Jews. I can say that about Filipino shop clerks in the Navy. Not a big fan of them. I'm really not a big fan of Muslims who have radicalized. I think those people pretty much need to be blown off the face of the earth. I can say that. Does that make me racist? Does it make me some sort of forced secularization or something towards people? No, I don't like people who do horrible things to others. Just not a big fan of it. So you can say, I don't like Jews, but I don't hate Jews. I just happen to think that they're greedy, vermin, rat-infested people who deserve to take showers for the rest of their life in Auschwitz. But I'm not. It's not that I don't like them or anything. Oh, okay, Stu Peters. Okay, Jake Shields. Okay, Nick Fuentes. You guys would just come off so much easier. You just said, you know what? I don't like Jews. In fact, I hate them. And I think that the sooner that we get them out of our country and out of our population and their money out of our politics, that will be a better country for it. At least I would respect you. But you're like the Klan guy who walks in with a hood and has a red Grand Master's robes, and they go on Jerry Springer, and they're like, why do you hate black people? Well, Bubba and I don't hate black people at all. Bubba and I love black people. We just don't want them to live in our neighborhoods, fuck our white women, eat our chicken, and go ahead and rummage through our garbage cans in the middle of the night. As long as they don't do that, we're going to be fine with them Negroes. Just say, hey, black people. It's so much easier. Just say, hey, Jews. At least I have some respect for you. Liv, that's why. You give them money because they are the sheriff in the Middle East. And without them, the Middle East would absolutely go freaking insane. Jews would be wiped out. Jews would be wiped out in a New York minute. Proxies would take over. IRGC would push from the east, from Syria. You would have Egypt come up from the JIB and down south. You would have Hezbollah. You would have Hamas. You would have the Houthis come up from Yemen. And they would literally just wreak havoc on the Jews. Iron Dome would run out. Their systems run out. And they would have to resort to what, Liv? When all their weapon systems run out, what would they have to resort to? Say it. You got it. Just say it. It's there. I can tell. Say it. If all their weapon systems run out but one, what are they going to use?
Whatever they've got left.
What's that called?
Oh, nuke. Nuke.
So we kind of don't want the Jews who can overreact to literally go, hush, mahara, and just, or fuck it, we're gone. What are we going to do? Shave our beards and walk backwards. They're going to launch.
Did you just say shave our pits?
Shave our beards and walk backwards.
I thought you said shave our pits.
They're going to use a nuke. And we don't want that. So
Got
we
it.
stabilize them. We give them defense systems. We give enough armaments to stay alive in an area. It's like arming people in the middle of the Watts. It's putting up a nice White House in the middle of Watts and giving it a Gatling gun and a blowtorch and 9mm Uzis. That's why. That's why you support Israel. That's why I support the Jews. And that's why I don't give a shit about Ukraine. Why? Because it's Russian. And I don't care. And they have a civil war. And we should not get involved. Civil wars don't do well for us. Bosnia. Bless you, sweetheart. Civil wars don't do well for us. So we need to get out of it. Anyway, folks, that's it for that. We'll be right back.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
Sherry, you don't need to shut the fuck up. I actually love you to death, and I think you're a great person. I wrote that in your book, and I told you how much I care about you and how much I like you. I am a big boy, and I can handle it, but you can too. And when you do that, I don't care what a first-time viewer thinks, because here's the thing, Sherry, I'm glad you said something. I really am, because at least we can address it now. I can't justify what you don't know. And I will never dignify what people assume. You are in a state where you do know, and that's all that matters, which means that if people truly invest in my show and watch my show, they'll find out about me, they'll find out about Olivia, and they'll get to make a decision. And some people will say, nah, I just can't watch it. But I will tell you what, if you look at the numbers and you look at where we are and you look at where we came from, I think people understand that the most important thing in my life, the most important thing is the person who's on the right in your screen. Because this is a person who I will die for. I've dedicated my life for. I have walked through a river of shit and come out clean on the other side, and she's done the same for me. So, appreciate you saying something. I don't hold you in any contempt. Just let people figure it out themselves, right? Because my job isn't to appease them or please them. It's to make my wife happy. I could give a rat's ass what people think about our relationship. And until they've been married for as long as we've been married and have the life that we have and the support that we have, I don't answer to them. I answer to her. I answer to my kids. I answer to myself and my God. Everybody else, I don't answer to. I'm sorry. And I'm never going to change. I'm going to be a smart ass. I'm going to joke with her. I'm going to pick on her a little bit. And she'll use her teeth if I get out of control.
Same with you.
Well, no, usually ask. Usually ask. What are you doing now? Are you ready?
I am trying to get email to frickin' work. It is just like my email and the screen.
Are we missing a ton of donations?
No, I don't think so. But it just, Mel sent me something at my dumb show email, and I can't get it on the computer. And so I had her send it to my personal email because she wants.
Do you need the verification code?
No, it's connected. But right now my mail just all it's saying is connecting, and I'm not.
Shut your mail down.
I did.
Did you do Control Delete?
Yes, I think I may. But I did send a test to my.
Liv.
What's that?
Thanks. I'm not AOL tech support. Did you do Command Option Escape?
I did do the force quit on the thing.
Okay. Restart your computer.
Yeah, it's having some issues.
Just restart your computer. Real simple. Because we got to get our donations in. We're at 120.
I don't think we have any. Yeah, I just got a notification of one. So I'm getting them, but for some reason my dumb show email.
Is it okay for me to do the show now?
Yes.
Okay. Have I treated you with enough respect in the process?
Casey, I'm going to forward you an email that once we get a certain donation, you have to put them up on the show because it adds context to the donation.
Is it a lot of money?
I don't know. I haven't received the email yet.
If it's a lot of money.
Or I haven't received the donation
yet.
If
it's not a lot of money, I'm not going to do anything for these people. Like, I don't care who it is. So unless it's like, a lot of money, they're not getting any love.
All right. I just forwarded it to you.
Is it a lot of money?
I don't know. I haven't received the donation yet. It's just the email.
I'm not even going to read the email until I find
There's
out if it's a lot of...
There's nothing to read. It's just a C.
It's a C?
It's a picture.
Okay. Am I getting... Ashton Kutcher, where are you? Am I getting punked?
No, just look at the email.
I don't have an email.
I just sent it to Matt at the Dumb Show.
I don't have any.
Weird, because I just got it on mine. Do you need to re-enter your freaking Microsoft? I don't know what happened, but it made it logged us out of everything.
I will never use a Microsoft server for our emails.
Oh my gosh,
again.
It logged us out of our work emails on every single thing I had. My personal computer, my work computer, my phone. It's all messed up right now.
Liv, can you just drop this to me or something?
Yeah, I'll send it to your...
Because it's in your outbox. I promise you it's stuck in your outbox. It didn't send.
I got it on my end from your... Because I've got access to that.
Drink.
So
I need a drink. I knew this was going to be a night.
Oh... There we go. I'm sending it.
Tam says, Matthew Owen Spear, you are an asshole. What? What did I do now, Tam?
No, she says LOL.
There's no, people don't use LOL anymore. Only old women use LOL.
Oh, it's a Monday.
Do I have an email yet?
I sent it to your personal.
It's not there. Your box is clogged. It's dusty and full of cobwebs and bats.
Yeah. Let me see if I can send it from here then.
Maybe you should. Let me check my phone and find out.
Yeah, see if it went.
This is really... Oh, wait a second.
Is.
I think I got it.
Okay. You're in trouble with Mama Judy now. She said, because she said only old women use LOL. She says, "Excuse me, Mr. Spear," in all caps.
Whatever. I've already pissed everybody else off tonight.
Goodness.
Why not you too?
Did you get them?
Damn, is that you, Mel? Holy shit. Mel showing off a tank. Look at that outfit. Mel's done some shit, folks. Just letting you know.
That has got to be in Russia, I would assume.
Is that Leningrad or Stalingrad? Where is that? Show me where that's at. Glad to know that Matthew just used LOL this afternoon. God darn it, Charity. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, fuck that, Charity. No, I didn't. Where did I use LOL? I didn't use LOL. I don't. Just use the old finger. I use LOL every day. Matt, you're digging yourself into a hole. I know I am. I don't know.
You know the demographic from our show, right? It's mainly women.
Why do you think I said it? Why do you think I said it? Listen, it's not just you that I'm going to abuse. I'm going to abuse everybody. If I'm going to get accused of it, I might as well just be a dick to everybody. Hey, Kevster, love when you guys talk hockey. I'm not a hockey fan. Thanks, Kev. We appreciate it. We love you. Avs are actually looking good. Made some trades. I think a big one's coming up. All right, let's get to the next block. Casey Anthony, Liv.
Yes.
Liv, tell them who Casey Anthony is.
Casey Anthony was charged with murdering her.
No, I didn't. I didn't use LOL.
Daughter.
I know it is a T62. When did your server is probably slow? I don't know, Bradley. Server's pretty screaming. What do you mean I used LOL? Where? I don't do LOL because I don't laugh out loud when I talk. When did I do it? I didn't do it on Facebook, did I? No. I don't do that. Because if I'm kidding, I don't tell people I'm kidding. I just say whatever I want. And then if they get all butthurt, I just don't care.
Yay.
Where did I use LOL? Somebody tell me. You show me a picture and I might have to get a free t-shirt for you. We can take it, Matt. I know you can take it. That's why I do it. You guys are amazing. I love you.
She said, bring it.
I love you guys. You're amazing. Seriously, I love that. And I love Sherry Johnson. I just wrote her a beautiful message in her book that she should be getting. And I think that was the right Sherry, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank God. Because I was talking about somebody else. I'm just kidding, Sherry. I'm not. You're fine. Okay. Casey Anthony, Liv, sorry I interrupted you again. I was being rude because I don't respect you as a woman. Go ahead.
True. So Casey Anthony was charged with murdering her daughter, Kaylee, and I think she was 3, but she got off or something. I remember following it, but yeah, it was a while ago. So
doesn't matter. Well,
but I can tell you that the little Kaylee Anthony, when she was they put a picture of her on People magazine on the cover. And I saw that and I said, holy shit, that looks like me when I was a child. And no doubt I sent it to my mom and my mom showed my grandparents and my grandparents were very confused because they thought it was a picture of me because it certainly looked like me when I was younger.
So that's Casey Anthony. I always kind of thought she was a smoke show. I know.
She looks a little psychotic in that picture. She is really pretty.
She is pretty. I mean, and they made sure she didn't wear any makeup on the trial and everything. No, she's not that pretty. I mean, I wouldn't let her eat crackers in bed, but I wouldn't kick her out.
You should show the picture of little Kaylee. She was so cute.
Oh, she's died. I don't feel good about that. That feels callous and weird. I don't feel good about doing that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do I have to put a picture of her? I don't like talking about this shit with kids.
Yeah, I know.
I can't stand this stuff. So I'm gonna try to be nice. Holy shit. Ton of donations are going through. Like metric shit ton of donations are going through. So Michelle says you were probably pretty young, Olivia. Yeah, like 35. She's turning 45 Wednesday, by the way.
Yeah, it backfired me. I thought my sister was turning 45 this year.
No,
nope,
it's you, baby.
47.
It's you, baby.
Until I was trying to tell her she was old. She's 2 years older than me, and I realized, wait, you're turning 47.
You're going to be closer to a half century than you are 40.
You just had to say that.
Yeah, you're going to be halfway to 100.
I have one more day where I'm closer to 40 than I am 50.
Yeah,
at least I'm not 50
But you
yet.
look good. Like, I'm not trading you in for a younger model. Like, you've got your mileage is good. Your bumper is set. You know, you got good headlights.
It's small, but they work.
A little bit dry on the oil change once in a while. I got to add a quart, but otherwise you're still pretty good. Okay. So I totally get why you married me. I was like, why? No, I get it. I get it. Casey Anthony now is a social media influencer. Folks, if she has more followers than me, I swear to God, I'm going to shoot myself. Mel, from your One Russian Donor see pics. That is awesome, Mel. We love you. I know you're not a Russian donor. You don't like Russia any more than I do. You and I got along on our first night when we both pretty much said exactly the same thing, that it's held together with Rust-Oleum paint and bubble gum, their entire military. And you and I were like lockstep. I remember that because I've never heard anyone else say that but me. Gee, Matt, you're embarrassing me over here. Don, don't be embarrassed. I can do worse. Olivia, you're almost ready to join the LOL club. I never said LOL. It's bullshit. I'm waiting. Find it. Find it.
LOL club.
Find me.
That's going to be the name.
Find me. No fucking way Olivia is 45. Yes, she's 45 years old. Swear to God.
I am.
Hey, man, I'm going to be 51.
I was born 1980, March 5th, 1980. Graduated high school in 1998.
Olivia and I do not look our age.
Our children have very good genes. They should be very, very happy.
My dad looked young, and my mom looks young, and her mother looks young, and her dad looks her dad looks like a heroin addict, but good man. Sorry, Chris. Just being honest. Your genes suck. I mean, they might as well be Wrangler.
Yeah, my mom looks really young. I was actually out with Hayden one day, and we ran into some seniors that she has study hall with at school, and they actually thought I was her older sister. So
yeah, I was told not to cuss tonight, that I need to stop cussing so much. I'm trying. I'm working really hard. I'm trying. I apologize if I'm getting better, but it's not as good. And a fan said, "Hey, I love your show." Feedback is she's like, "I know you're trying really, really hard not to cuss, but maybe you could do and try a little harder."
That's great.
Like what the? But you know what? It's true. It's why I'm not. I'll be honest with you. After the photo shoot, I might be losing the t-shirt and hat. I might be going to a collared shirt and jacket. I might be. I'm flirting with the idea.
It means I gotta dress up too.
No, you don't. Why do you have to dress up? Because I dress up.
Because it's going to look really odd. It's kind of like when we go out to dinner and I dress up and you're like, I've got to dress up.
I'm not going to wear suits. But like I am going to wear a suit for important things like State of the Union, elections, like when it's important. And that's important. Okay, can we go? Casey Anthony, let's focus. Focus up. Casey Anthony is now... she's a social media influencer. I have not watched this. I'm interested to hear it. Here it is.
I sweat to death. Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my...
JD, that's a good point. If I finished every cuss word with LOL, it might work. I haven't cussed that much. I've been much better. I did not write LOL. I don't write LOL. I don't do it. I just don't do it. I might put a smiley face. Go find it. Somebody find it. I'll get you a t-shirt. Here it is.
First.
I'm not going to wear a suit. Only on big nights. Seriously. I want to. Like when we sit, I'm so excited. We've got something planned here real quick. Then we'll play Casey. Who cares about Casey Anthony? Shut up, biznatch. We're going to do a show with all four of us on Friday. And I think I got it planned. I think we're going to do it in our living room. And we're all going to sit on the couch. We'll have our mics. Everything will be wired. And we'll have a wide-angle camera to kind of capture the whole thing. And we're just going to sit and talk and chat. I think it'll be really good. So that's my plan. We'll see how it works. Okay, anyway, here's Casey Anthony. And I'm not going to wear a suit. I don't, just on big nights, something important, I'll wear a suit.
Probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. I'm doing this both.
Show your tits. It's the only way you're going to get some redemption. Show them. Let's start there. Web redemption time. Let's flash them. What is she trying to do? Is she trying to say that she didn't kill her daughter?
I don't know.
It sounds like she is.
God, it was like back in 2008. It's been a while. It's been 16 years, 17 years.
Let's see.
Personally.
Rachel, we got you. Olivia is working on trying to find the donations. The email's acting weird, but we're going to have them all in there by the end of the night. I promise you. It's 8:57. So Olivia's probably holding them for a hot minute just to make sure we hit it. And then, Liv, am I speaking for you, or is that what's happening?
Email's acting funny, but I also do not add donations in while videos are playing.
Got it.
So. For me, but in a professional capacity. Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity. My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people, to give people tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to. So with that, please join me on Substack.
On what?
Substack. She's raising dollars. Oh, lady, OnlyFans would work. All you got to do is look for child killer porn and you'll pop up. You know, that's
rough.
It's true. Great show as always, Rachel Orlando says. You know what? Let me ask you a question. Do people like her deserve redemption?
Well, here's the thing. She was found not guilty. So I know that people had already, I thought she was guilty. And so in a court of public opinion, she was guilty as hell. But considering that she was found not guilty in the court of law, then that means she's not guilty. I was not there. I didn't hear the case. I haven't seen all the evidence. So what I think of her doesn't really matter. So,
all right, so let's go over the facts. Here it is.
Yeah.
Casey Anthony was acquitted of first-degree murder charge, and I apologize if I made a comment that was out of I was thinking, you know what? I got you mixed up with that Jodie Sweenson girl who stabbed her boyfriend like 476 times in the shower.
Oh yeah, that one, the one who looked like a teacher.
Yeah, and the one
like
who
hot for teacher,
and the
in
one who had
court.
the one who had a coochie that looked like wrinkled beef jerky. Yeah, because they showed all the murder photos and shit, and then they showed her photos, and I ran across one accidentally. I'm serious, like 100%. I was researching it for a show, pulled her up. I mentioned her in a show like 3.5 years ago. And I was looking at the murder files, and I was just like, God, this is horrible. And then she, showed up in a selfie photo, and I was like, oh, God, that thing's angry. Casey Anthony has
angry.
But the question of whether she actually killed her daughter. So she was acquitted of first degree. Here are the facts. Kaylee was 2 years old, was last seen alive in June 2008. Casey didn't report her daughter missing. Her mother, Cindy Anthony, did 31 days later. Come on.
Said she was with a babysitter or something.
31 days later, Casey was found lying to the police, giving false information about Kaylee's whereabouts and making up a nanny's zanny, the nanny who never existed. Kaylee's remains were discovered in December 2008 in a wooded area near the Anthony home, wrapped in a trash bag with duct tape. The cause of death was undetermined, but prosecution argued suffocation while defense suggested an accidental drowning. Prosecution argued Casey killed Kaylee because she wanted to live a party lifestyle. The defense claimed Kaylee accidentally drowned in the family pool, and Casey's father, George Anthony, helped cover it up. There was no direct evidence proving Casey killed her daughter, which ultimately led to her acquittal. Not guilty of murder, but guilty of lying to the police. Public opinion overwhelmingly believes she was guilty. Casey has since done interviews blaming her father for Kaylee's death. Did she kill her daughter legally? No, but many believe she did. There was enough. Okay, fuck her. She's guilty. If you don't have your child for 31 days and you don't
know where they are,
screw you. You're guilty of being a horrible fudging mother.
A 2-year-old, if she's supposed to be in your care and you haven't seen her for 31 minutes and she's 2, then there's an issue. But I mean, if she accidentally drowned in the grandparents' pool, why not report it? It's accidental.
Yeah, but listen, you know what?
In my opinion, she is absolutely guilty.
You're innocent until proven guilty in this country. I don't care. Good for you. Get an OnlyFans account. Do what's necessary. Show some feet pics. Become a multimillionaire. But either way, the video's in bad taste. To run a Substack, really?
I don't know what Substack's a fundraising page.
It's just it's a subreddit like type thing where you join and she posts and you get to read her posts for money. I don't do it. I won't do it. I'll never do it. I think it's stupid. It just comes down to this. I don't care. To give her time. I don't know anything about her. I just read a snippet. I remember the case. I don't remember it well. I didn't have it on my bingo card that she would be running the Substack and trying to get Twitter dollars. But if you don't report your kid missing and you lie to the police, there's something wrong. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's something wrong. We'll be right back. Weird. I don't know. Do you feel any other way about this, or can we?
No, I've always thought she was guilty.
All right, great. She's guilty.
The Dumb Show is built on real conversations, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Big Tech didn't like that. Facebook pulled our funding, tried to shut us down. But for over a year, you, our incredible viewers, have kept us going. Your support, your donations, your time, it all matters. Most of you spend 10 plus hours a week with us. Compare that to Netflix, maybe 5 hours a month. We believe we're worth that time. And we hope you do too. But listen, We don't want giving to feel like a burden. We want it to feel good. So take a second to ensure you're in a good spot. If you're in a place to give, that will be amazing. If not, just liking and sharing helps more than you know. Visit thedumbshow.com/donate. Whether it's PayPal, Venmo, or Mail, every bit helps to keep us going. Dumb Nation, we appreciate you more than words can say.
Mayor Michelle Wu.
Can I say that these last 2 hours went super quick? When you said the time, I was like, holy shit.
That's what happens when you berate your wife and make her feel small and insignificant.
Good point.
That's what we try to do. Try to make you just feel numb.
Yeah.
Michelle Wu. Chick-fil-A.
Michelle Wu, was that the figure skater? No, that was Michelle.
Yes, it's Michelle. No, she became mayor of Michelle Wu. She's
gotcha. The mayor of
No,
Boston.
she wears her gold medals, but she skates out during the winter to her press conferences, and she does math really, really well.
Got it. Okay.
So she decided to come out, and there was a knife-wielding attacker who came into a Chick-fil-A and tried to kill people. And luckily, there was an off-duty cop there from Boston. He shot him, killed him. I really love this light. Can I just say this? For once, I feel like our light looks so good. Very, very happy. Don't start. We don't need that rumor.
So we were talking about Russia earlier.
Yeah, you're like, duh.
That's about the only word I know in Russian.
Oh,
and you want to know why I remember that? Because one of the kids. Because one of the little idiots in my class, his grandfather's from Russia. So he said "da" every time you asked him a question instead of yes. And it kind of stuck with me because he was so darn cute.
There are times where I've made you speak Portuguese.
And I don't even know the language.
And I don't even know Portuguese.
Anyone tell me what movie that's from?
It's okay. So Mr. Woodcock. So Michelle Wu gave condolences to the family of the attempted murderer before she mentioned the victims. Listen to this.
My condolences and all of our thoughts are with the family of the individual whose life has been lost. And I'm also thinking of all the people who were impacted here today in one of the busier parts of the city with this tragedy. I'm glad that the officer is safe and very grateful for a quick response from all of our first responders here, again, and such a active part of Boston. My condolences and...
So Boston officials give update on shooting island. So she came out and she's like, we're a big city and, I just didn't get my Cajun wrap with pickles like I usually do with my Chick-fil-A sauce, and I wasn't myself. And, I was sitting home and I was watching the Shogun miniseries and, was having rice sake bombs and, just made a mistake.
She took a page out of Biden's book.
This is what these people do. And these liberals, they care more about the criminal, because if you go back, listen to this.
Be if these mass deportations take place.
Yeah, look, elections have consequences, and the federal government is responsible for a certain actions, and cities, no individual city can reverse or override some parts of that. But what we can do is make sure that we are doing our part to protect our residents in every possible way, that we are not cooperating with those efforts that actually threaten the safety of everyone by causing widespread fear and having large-scale economic impact.
So she's pro-criminal.
I think, to be completely honest, I think any governor or mayor that is going against the deportations and tipping illegal immigrants off so they can get away, I think they need to be taken out of office.
Oh, it's so funny you say that.
Totally need to be taken out of office. It's just completely wrong.
Frank Wood, LOL out loud. $21.10. Thanks, Frankie. You are the best. Hold on. There was an ICE raid in North Virginia. I'm trying to find it.
Ooh, Northern Virginia, huh?
Yep. And they leaked information.
How dare
they? And there was one in North Virginia, and the guy ran a tweet. Trying to find it. There it is.
These big operations, not only.
And this is in our neck of the woods. Like, we don't care about the rest of the country, but when this shit happens in our backyard, it makes me have an itchy trigger finger.
Well, I don't know who's doing the tipping off. What's interesting, though, a lot of times these big operations not only involve federal agents, but sometimes they involve state and local officials because you have to involve them, letting them know people are going to be brought into the jail and things like that. But what can be done? These could be, people could be charged with obstruction of justice, which is a federal felony, carries up to 10 years in prison. And it's really justified here because these agents that are going out there on behalf of us to keep us safer are being put in danger because of these leakers trying to advance their political agenda. So this is extraordinarily serious. Nobody has been, hurt or killed at this point because we know, but somebody really bad may have already gotten away and can harm somebody else. So I hope they're taking this as seriously as possible. I'm sure the Department of Justice is investigating these with the appropriate resources with the intention of holding people accountable.
Ginger, Casey Anthony starting a Substack podcast. I think the name of the podcast is something catchy, like How to Get Away with Murder or something like that. So I don't know, but
that was funny.
This guy Pablo Manriquez says ICE raids are planned for Monday and Tuesday in North Virginia, per multiple sources who tell ICE has obtained 75 and 100 judicial warrants. That's obstruction of justice.
Yes, you need to go to jail.
You have warrants. They have official federal and state warrants. That is obstruction of justice. That's aiding and abetting. That person needs to be rounded up and thrown in prison.
Yes.
But this is the problem. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing happens to these people. Nobody does anything. They continue to get away with the lawlessness, and nobody does anything. I'm sure they're going to charge Donald Trump with something, It's just crazy. These people are absolutely knucking.
When did people start caring for other countries and other people over Americans?
When they vote for them with unapologetically. This is the problem. Illegals vote with Democrats. When they are illegal and they are naturalized, they vote with Democrats. DACA recipients vote with Democrats because they're on their side. Democrats lost. They're losing black people. They're losing legal immigrants. They're losing Mexican Americans. They lost in every single category and every demographic but one in this last election. They are going to try to garner votes wherever they can. And right now, illegals.
What was the demographic that they lost or that they won?
Pulling the memory bank.
Sorry.
They lost with blacks. They lost with Latinos. They lost with Jews. They lost with.
Was it women?
No, they lost with women.
Okay.
They went down with. They didn't lose women. They just lost with women. Women went down. I want to say it was young women.
I can see that.
Think. Scott Andrews says, "What did I miss?" Matt seems upset. Holy fuck! What?
Maybe it's because he just. I asked him a question. He had to concentrate and think about it.
Sweetie. Yeah, we game with Muslims. We game with everything. I'm not upset. I'm in a great mood. I'm in such a good mood. I'm so happy. I'm going to see Leroy and Amy and all of us together. We're going to go do our photo shoot.
Oh, I got a really nice outfit this weekend.
I got a great.
And you
puppy.
got a suit.
I had suits.
We
got a puppy, great puppy, and good kids. I told my puppy this morning, I said, I love you, Ash. I'm so happy and Daddy's so happy. I finally found the fulfillment in a dog that I never found with children. And my daughter and son both looked at me like, Father, why, Father?
Well, I already told them that the lizard and the cat are my favorite kids, so they're used to the abuse.
These things are true. One of the things that I got from my email where the person said I should stop cussing is Steve, your book went out on Saturday. Everybody's books went out Saturday. Mm-hmm. We mailed like 12, 13 books.
Yeah.
They all went out. So everyone should be getting their books. If you have not stopped by the Dumb Show, you can do that now and go pick up your Constitution or your Documents of Freedom or your coffee or your T-shirts. We got great stuff. Please do me. Oh, she's already farting, dude. She cleans us out all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She cleaned us out last night. Holy cow.
Yeah, this dog's got some nasty gas, but right now she's sleeping right next to Dad, and she's like, dude, this is my dog. Like, she listens. Like, I can't even. Like, I will talk to her, and she'll be like, Reggie. And she'll just go do it. She's a very smart dog.
Yes. She's a daddy's girl for sure. She has daddy wrapped around her little paw.
That's true.
She's got.
Bubba sent us something in the mail coming to the P.O. box. I guess there's something for all of us.
Okay. I will go to the P.O. box.
Probably anthrax, but
I'll check for white substance before I open the envelope.
Yes. Last segment. Listen, I stopped listening to Glenn Beck about 60 pounds ago. And probably 15 years. I wasn't a big fan that he wore the trident. I understand as Navy SEAL. I've had SEALs give me tridents. I've had SEALs give me combat patch. I got a Dev Group patch. I've got a Team 2 patch right over here. I got a Dev Group patch. A good friend of mine gave me his trident. I've a good friend who gave me his trident patch, camo patch, sand. You don't wear it. It's not yours. You didn't earn it. And I don't care the story behind it. And I don't care which team guy told you. I heard it. I know why Glenn got it. I don't care. You don't wear it. So I didn't like that. But I got so sick of the doom and gloom. Like, I'm not saying that the end of the world's coming, everybody, but you might want to go ahead and sell your insurance in the next 3 days and buy some brand new dehydrated water. You may not know what to add, but in a time and a situation, you'll have plenty of time while everyone else is dead and you have your dehydrated water. By the way, get spot remover, but don't put it on your dog because you'll never be able to find him. I just got sick of that.
Steve got his book today. That's really super quick.
See, you start bitching and complaining, Steve. Bam, just like that, you get results. That's what I do. Did I autograph it for you, Steve? I think I did.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Some killer looking handwriting, isn't it? I know. Like a drafter. It's pristine. So we're going to listen to Glenn Beck. I haven't listened to him in 10 years. And he says, I believe Trump is playing 4D chess. Oh, God. It's 4D chess. Trust the plan. We're going to go ahead and try to listen to this. And you guys can tell me what you think. Do you like him? Do you like Glenn Beck? Do you listen to him? Or are you like me? Where you like him, because I do like him. Don't get me wrong. Justin Barclay fills in for him. And I love Justin. And I like Glenn Beck. I do. I get tired of the world is going to end tomorrow. That gets old. So let's listen to it. Your product graphic popped up as you pulled out the Tums.
What? When you pull the Tums on the screen, the product graphic popped up.
Kyle said, is dehydrated water wet? It is when you add the right substance to it to turn it into water. Come on, folks. Here it is. This is this video. We're going to listen to Glenn. And I like Glenn. I do. I just don't listen to him for quantifiable truth. Here it is.
EU just shot themselves in the foot. It'll work to America's advantage, I think, but you could have been a winner too, as well. Let me show you. What are Trump's goals? Because he is marking everything off. He promised, did that. Some of his goals: end the never-ending wars, put America first, reduce spending, reduce waste and corruption, tech and AI, and box China. Make sure we're still a superpower. Okay. Let me just show you what he was doing and what he is doing with Putin and everybody else. He's offering a deal where Russia, because to be honest, Russia lost. Okay, everybody knows that. Nobody's saying that, but it's true. Russia was supposed to be able to go in there for 2 weeks and take all of the Ukraine.
No, because a real intelligence analyst that I think some of you may know said that Ukraine was going to hold out indefinitely as long as the United States continued to proxy before the war even started. I don't know who may have said that. Could it be me?
Ukraine is not a NATO ally. Ukraine stopped them. Now, we helped, but it wasn't NATO, so you don't need that. Because really, if you can't beat Ukraine, you think you're going to beat Poland and all of NATO? That's ridiculous. Russia lost, but Trump is offering him a way to let him claim victory. He can claim victory. The war is over. Plus, money doesn't talk, it screams. We are after rare minerals. Rare minerals is going to do this for.
Oh my God, I know I stopped watching Glenn Beck. Folks, we are 266.36 out of our donation of 300. It is, it's go time. Need some help? We also are having a big show announced, which is going to be really exciting. We have a viewer who has offered to match up to $10,000 in donations for a show. We're going to get the photo shoot done. We're going to come back and plan it. And it's going to be a good show. We're going to do something really fun. I don't know what it is yet, but I can promise you it'll be fun. It'll be educational. And we are going to try to raise as much as we possibly can. Because like I said, he will match it no matter what we do. And this has a chance to really change the face of the show. So we're at 266.36. I know we all want to wait for that day, but that day is a while away, and we still want to try to hit our show goal. So if you have not had a chance to donate, now is a great time. Okay. Steve Cornett, thank you for signing my book. It is my pleasure, buddy. 286.36. We're getting closer. Getting closer. Here we go. We're going to finish this. We've got to.
Tech AI, we cannot exist without rare minerals. 70 to 90% of them come from China now. They got a lock on rare minerals. You're not going to be the world leader if we don't have them.
Hang tight, Thomas. Donations are running slow tonight. I don't know why, but we'll get to them.
Email's having issues right now.
We're going to get to them.
That's why Trump said, maybe Greenland should be the 51st state. No, they weren't interested. But if this falls apart, Greenland, look out, you could be the 51st state. He wants to box China. He wants to put America first, end the war, reduce spending. Okay. What he's doing is he's offering to buy the rare minerals in the now Russian part of Ukraine. Putin's going to like that. It ends the war, and he can say he won because he's taking money now. It also, on our side, weakens the relationship between Russia and China. That relationship, China's not going to be for all of that. And we've made an enemy a frenemy. Putin, you can't trust him. But better to have a relationship like this than to be saying that we might going to go into nuclear war. Here's Ukraine. Let Zelensky claim victory because Russia lost. So he claims victory. He gets a secure Ukraine. Why? Not because we put boots on the ground or he's become a NATO member, but because we want to buy his rare earth minerals as well. So that will help them with money, rebuilding. We'll send people in.
I got a better idea. Why don't we go to Congo? It'll cost us 1/1000th the price, and we'll have all the rare minerals we fucking want, and we'll have boots on the ground, at least from a research and tech perspective, not military, to start expanding into Africa, which will be the hotbed and the new Middle East for the next 30 effing years. Let's go help the Congo. They are willing to sign over almost all of their rare earth minerals if we will just go over there and supply and fix the civil war for them. I would rather do that than keep doing Ukraine. This is ridiculous. Russia did not lose. Russia could flatten Ukraine tomorrow if it really wanted to. They didn't use Bear Foxtrot bombers. They didn't use any hyperbaric bombs. They tried to go ahead and keep things at least somewhat civil so the entire world wouldn't rally against him. Well, he can't destroy it and rebuild it. They don't have the money for it. So he strategically did what he felt would weaken them to a state. And then what happened? The U.S. came in and wanted to bankrupt Russia again, just like we did in the Cold War. And Putin doesn't know what to do. Yes, save face. Yes, get him out. Yes, annex a certain part of Donbass and Donetsk and give it to him and go ahead and create a demilitarized zone. Have NATO go ahead and have Europe pay for the rebuilding of Kyiv. Have give him a 20-year stasis on not joining NATO with Ukraine. At least they can renegotiate later and go back from the table and walk away. But before you do that, go to the Congo and give them $10 billion and go ahead and get $1 trillion worth of rare earth materials. I mean, it's not this hard, really. That's 4D chess. What is this? I have no idea what this is. It's Glenn Beck, who just changed his oil in his 57 Chevy, who decided to walk in with a dry erase board and say some stuff.
Companies will come in. They'll build the mines. They'll build everything. So Ukraine will make money. Russia will make money. We get rare earth minerals at a much cheaper level. And China is no longer involved at all. Oh. And it's, again, reduced our dependency on China. Also, it stops our money pipeline, which, reduce waste and corruption. Okay, the EU, you blew this, guys. It would have allowed you to let the EU claim victory. NATO did it. We won. We held him back. It would have stopped the war, restored their economy, secured their economy.
Liv?
Yeah?
I can't.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm zoning. I don't understand.
Can I just listen? Do you know how many intel briefings I've been in? Thomas Austin, 51.99. You're the man, Thomas. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you very much, Thomas.
Listen, I can't. Glenn Beck, at least when he used to get on the board at Fox, he was somewhat interesting. That is like if this was the Gong Show, I would have gonged him. Like
The Big X by Piers Morgan. Big red buzzer.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. This is why I don't watch Glenn Beck, and it's not. And the Blaze, they've been
follow anything he said. Right?
They've been really bad towards Trump. They've said some pretty bad shit, and they've done some mass media stuff that I haven't been happy with. I don't watch The Blaze. I don't listen to The Blaze. I really don't like the product that The Blaze puts out. I think that they literally are just regurgitating talking points for clicks, and that entire briefing was shit. It was stupid. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So no, Glenn, I'm not going to listen to you. And I can tell you why, because Russia didn't lose. Russia lost a lot of people. Thank you, Bobby Richardson. Never change. You got it. I won't. I will wear the same underwear for as long as you tell me to, I promise. But Russia, listen. Russia still has 700,000 troops that they can use and throw at this problem. They still have plenty of bombs to level all 6 major cities inside. They can use cruise missiles. They could literally use high-altitude bombers to flatten Ukraine. They don't. They didn't want to turn this into a full-scale, alpha-scale war. You have to shut down supply lines. You can't. You can't shut down Poland. It's strategically impossible for Russia to leverage their shitty logistics and transportation, which is the one thing I told you that would kill them in this war, is logistically. They sucked in World War II. They still suck today. And they can't move a tank from point A to point B to save their fucking lives. And this is what I told you was going to slow them down. And when we supplied drones, when we supplied Hellfires to them and put Reapers in the air, this war was over. Because they literally, did you guys figure out, it took them almost 3 months to move 3 miles. That should tell you how bad Russia is at this. They are stalled for the ground war. But if they want to take this thing to the air, they would destroy Ukraine in a blink. So let's be realistic. The Paul Rivera says, "Happy Monday, dumb show. Can't wait for the hosts to be together in person for the first time. I'm excited. It's going to be a great night." Anyway, I appreciate Glenn Beck trying, but unfortunately it wasn't that good. I have one video clip that you guys may have missed. And I wanted you to see it about the Zelensky and J.D. Vance conversation in the Oval Office. Here it is. Liv?
Yes.
Did we hit our goal?
Yes, we did.
Are we done?
No, I just got one more. I'm about to put it in. There was a question.
What's the question? Oh, yeah, go through cues real quick.
Matt, others have posted on X that Zelensky signed an agreement with UK and EU for the mineral rights in addition to other promises. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's the one video I didn't get to show. So let me just knock that out while we're getting these last donations put in. So if you haven't had a chance, please do. I promise I'd play this. Here is Prime Minister Keir Starmer. I hate the English. The military I'm going to go ahead and...
Name Keir.
I'm going to go ahead and bullocks my burge. All right. Here is Keir Starmer. Sounds like Vivek Shashwarmi.
It's a plan which I'll now share in full with the House. First, that we must keep the military aid to Ukraine flowing. Keep increasing the economic pressure on Russia. And to that end, alongside our partnership on air defence, we're doubling down on military aid. Already this year, we've taken our support to record levels. But on Saturday, we also agreed a new £2.2 billion loan for Ukraine, backed not by the British taxpayer, but by the profits from frozen Russian assets. Second, Mr. Speaker, we agreed that any lasting peace must guarantee the sovereignty and security of Ukraine, and that Ukraine must be at the table when negotiating their future. That is absolutely vital. Third, we agreed that in the event of a peace deal, we will continue to boost Ukraine's defences and Ukraine's deterrence. And finally, fourth, we agreed to develop a coalition of the willing, ready to defend a deal in Ukraine and guarantee the peace.
Yeah, that's not going to stop the war.
Mr. Speaker, after all, the Ukrainian position is completely understandable. For them, the war did not begin 3 years ago. That was merely the latest and most brutal escalation. They have signed agreements with Putin before. They've experienced the nature of his diplomacy and the caliber of his word.
What a putz. Can I just say something? I don't like Putin. I've already said a million times. If England thinks that they can go ahead, England couldn't even fucking handle Iran and had to make sure we did it. Okay? They couldn't even handle Ireland. Steve Cornett, thank you, Olivia, for signing my book also. You are awesome, Steve. Congratulations, and thanks for taking care of us. You guys couldn't handle Ireland. Okay? You couldn't even handle some upturned Scots and William Wallace, who had lightning bolts and was 11 feet tall coming out of his arse. Yeah.
Couldn't handle World War II either.
Yeah, you guys are kind of... England just
thought.
need to shut up. Someone asked, what are all these rare minerals I keep hearing? I understand. It sounds crazy, right? You're like, do they have like salt or something? Iron ore is huge. Manganese, coal, uranium, titanium, graphite, lithium. I mean, it goes on and on and on. From gold to nickel to cobalt. A lot of these are designed for pretty much one thing: phones, servers, data farms, computers, self-driving cars. Everything around you is rare earth minerals. So the United States has done a very good job of alleviating itself with a lot of its minerals, and a lot of that had to do with World War II, Industrial Revolution, from being a massive manufacturers of textiles. All of these things have an impact. So Ukraine offers us a plethora of minerals. It's one of their largest exports. So that's the answer. So when somebody says AI, it's not AI, artificial intelligence, but the servers and the data servers that are going to be required takes a shit ton of copper wiring, and lithium, and et cetera, et cetera. So this is what we're talking about.
There was one question, Mama Judy and Jane, when will all of us be together? It'll be Friday the 14th. Is when all four of us will be.
Is it all of us, or is it like all of like the Dumb Nation?
No, talking about the four of us being together, because we've been talking about the photo shoot and stuff. So Leroy gets in around noon-ish on Friday, and so we will all be together for dinner and the show on Friday night.
Brian Sovereign Fund, let's talk about it. Ask me about it tomorrow. If England puts boots on the ground, could that trigger the NATO agreement and we'll be drawn into that war? Nah. No, you're not going to get Article 5 out of that. They're going to, Charity Lamb, have an LOL night, Matt and Olivia. You got it, Charity. Thank you. Listen, when we say boots on the ground, this is going to be for resupply. This is going to be outside of Poland. The U.S. have boots on the ground, okay? And they're not going to let an inadvertent strike start World War III. But Europe definitely wants war. Europe is not a fan of Russia. They're not a fan of their aggressiveness. They're not a fan of Putin. And honestly, war makes money. The problem is that Europe is you've got 300 million people and you want 500 million Europeans want us to fight 171 million Russians. Does that math make sense? Why are 300 million Americans, when Europe has 500 million, fighting 171 million Russians? When we have to worry about the 11.6 million North Koreans, the 2 billion Chinese, and the whatever million of Iranians. The United States needs to stop getting involved in these conflicts. The EU was designed to bend the United States over the table. Financially, they want Russia to fall. They want regime change so they can get oil and energy and natural gas at a cheap dollar. And honestly, they are not working in our best interest. So here's what we should say to them. Exactly what we are. England, go have your own Iraq. Go save your money. Go to war with Russia. Go ahead and do that to save money on your energy. Reinstall a government that you think is important enough. And then you can go ahead and open up Nord 1 and Nord 2 at a valuable price and have all the energy you need in Europe. If that's what you want to do it, but not with America's money. We're not going to do that shit. We have been supplying them for 70 years. It's enough. We're done. I love that Trump did this. I hope he pulls out of NATO. Seriously, either they have the same equivalent GDP, 3.5% that we do towards NATO, or you can piss up a rope. We're out. That's it. If Europe believes that this is where freedom and democracy stands, then maybe they should start putting their defense budgets where their money, where their mouth is. That's it. That's all I got. Thoughts on Norway and our naval ship? Carrie, can I do it tomorrow? Let's do that tomorrow. If that's okay with everybody. Okay.
Or Wednesday, because the non-State of the Union is tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have overtime tomorrow anyway, because I'm gonna have that on for the State of the Union. So we'll see you tomorrow. Olivia, are you gonna come on with us?
No, not tomorrow. Look forward, not tomorrow.
Nobody's brain is on a vacation far away. When he speaks, it makes you wonder. He doesn't even know what he wants to say. And we know he likes the girls a whole lot younger. Biden's gonna lose to 45.
It's great.
There's nothing anyone can do. Democrats won't survive.
By 1 minute.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. This shit, I'm out.
That's funny.
Good night, everybody.
Amy B said that the Amazon driver should bring Leroy. I love our listeners.
Putin is 72 years old. Can't EU just wait a couple of years? Maybe Russia will change. Yeah, they're never going to change. Russia's always going to be Russia, and they're always going to want to expand. But you don't need to go to war with them. Ukraine, just annex Donbass. Just give it to them, like Crimea, and put Polish troops and English troops right on the border. And if any of them die, then we're going to make Moscow into an irradiated frickin' Dayglow Teddy Ruxpin doll. Did Teddy Ruxpin glow?
No, not that I know of.
Well, he should, damn it. Folks, we're out of here. Thanks for tonight. Thanks for the show. We'll see you tomorrow.
That'll have to be something for later.
Oh, yeah, we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That was a tweet.
We'll do that tomorrow. That's good. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Don't Inform Me show. We'll see you mañana. God bless. Go over, pick up a shirt, pick up some coffee. Do what you can do. Make sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe. We have coffee for sale. We have not raised our prices. Everywhere else, it's up 25%. We're the same price for 4 years. We're not going to rake you over the coals for coffee. Everybody needs coffee. Otherwise, you become cranky. Sherry Johnson, I love you. I hope you didn't take offense tonight. I put my big boy pants on, and hopefully I wasn't mean. Get your Constitution of the United States. Sherry Johnson got my personal copies of the Declaration, Bill of Rights, and Constitution of the United States. Do yourself a favor. Go over and pick it up at thedumbshow.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. And we have the State of the Union. That's not the State of the Union starting tomorrow. I don't know what time. I think it's probably going to be between 7 and 8. It'll start. And then we will carry it all for you and show you live. Thanks, everybody. See you manana.
Night, y'all.
Night.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.